Hello everyone, in this tutorial we will be building an audio-reactive ASCII pattern generator in touchdesigner. The technique is simple, versatile to work with. You can swap any ASCII source or any background texture to create different looks. I also create another video showing you another pattern in the tutorial here. You can also check out. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. In the network here, you can see I have ASCII pattern here on the left. I'm using patterns from ASCII Art EU, one of the most comprehensive online resources for ASCII art. There's a whole gallery of pre-made designs. You can copy the patterns and paste it into text operator. In this case, I copied this pattern from the website and also add 0 and 1s. For my use case, you can easily create your own style and use any dataset that is meaningful for you. Next, we convert the text into a table using convert that and choose to convert to table. This will split your text block into different rows and columns. Then we need to add randomness to our patterns here. In here, I add 4 swords with different seeds. Add 1, 2, 3. And then combine them all together, append columns. To animate the seed parameter, we need a changing value. We can use LFO for this. In the LFO, set the type to ramp and lower the frequency to very low. Experiment and choose one feature song. And in here, I'm using 15/10,000 or 100,000. Anyway, so it increases slowly over time, you can see. And then I also add a mask because I want it to be an integer ceiling. And then I chop this to the sword here. And I add 1, 2, 3, so they have like different randomness. And then I merge them all together. I also add another merge here, just experience with different layouts. It will look different if I switch between them. This is optional. I add a switch to them, so whenever there is a, maybe I put it a little bit louder. Whenever there is a snare, I want to switch it. So for example, this is my snare count here. You see, you can switch between these two. But I prefer the way it is, so I will leave at 1. Just to show you, you can have a switch here and drive the visual by kick, snare, or something else. Also add another sword here, which is not necessary. I guess I want to add more randomness. You can remove this. And then we need to turn our pattern into something we can use as a texture. We need to add another convert that and convert back to text. Then we add a text top and chop the reference to that here. So we have our texture here. Add a constant to set the resolution of our final output. Add a transform to rotate the numbers to look like this. Finally, I add a level using the high to drive the brightness. For the background network, you might find this something familiar. This is the same default network every time you open a new touchdesigner file. I added a tiling effect here by using the flip and composite and then displace it with the high channel of the song. Here, I think I just changed the seed, probably. Just find a pattern or wave that suits your visuals and music. Then I flip my image and combine them together using LFO to displace this. The key is to keep the displace weight very low so that you have slightly different wrapping effect. Also experiment the number with different visuals. Just to show you, like if I use 0.1, it won't look that great on my visuals. These numbers are all from try and error to get precise or the art direction you want to have. The frequency here, one trick I always use is I will use the audio input to drive the frequency so it will react nicely to the audio. And that's about it. Finally, combine them together using a composite. I also add a level to change the brightness a little bit. And for the audio part, if you're interested, I'm only using the high to drive the visuals, and optionally you can also use kick and snare to drive some other parts. But things for this one, the default audio analysis didn't do well with the snare detection, so I create this one which worked the same but more precisely. What you do, you have your audio input and you add a mask combined channel to average, so the left and right channels will become one channel, and then you want to add an audio filter. I have high pass because I want to have the snare to detect the snare, and then for the filter cutoff, you just experiment until you find the value that fits your audio. For the audio spectrum, it's more like seeing the whole range of the value, and then you add a mask. This is to multiply the value so that you can add a threshold more easily. In here, I'm multiplied by 1000. Based on your audio, you might need to multiply by 100. And then you add an analyze, it become one number per time. Add a count every time detect the snare. For the threshold here, you need to experiment to find the value that fits your music. To return the 0 and 1, you loop mix and max 0 and 1. Otherwise, it will keep increasing like this. In this case, I want to use it in switch. Remember, if I want to use in switch here, I want the index to be 0 and 1. I can do it by changing the count here, limit loop from 0 and 1. Remember to reset it, otherwise sometimes it doesn't work. That's basically it. Hope you found it useful, and you can download the same project file in my Patreon. Otherwise, I will see you next time.